Thing you'll never see a like me doing is arguing with one of you hoes. Cause you wanna know why? I don't know how to argue. I'm gonna run out of shit to say. And as soon as I stutter, I wanna smack the shit at you. Cause ho, I don't know what to say. You got me stuttering, ho, and now I'm finna smack the fuck at you cause you got me looking dumb.
Okay, yeah. So if y'all see a little nipple, mind beating. Okay, I just want to start this off with a review. And I really don't review shit. So, here we go.
This morning, her body was found on the side of the road near 17th Street and Laurel Avenue Southwest. BPD tells us they don't have any information from neighbors about hearing gunshots, so they are unsure where the shooting happened. Jackson was last seen Sunday morning and reported missing last night.
Just before 11 p.m. on February 25th, Birmingham police issued a missing person alert for 20-year-old mother, Mahogany Jackson, who sent her family a frantic text around 7:30 a.m. that morning. The text stated that she was in danger and being held against her will at an unconfirmed location, although she did manage to send a pin with her location. She also informed her family not to call her, but to send police to the address, leading to the Serenity Apartments in Birmingham's Powderly community. It was immediately thought to have been a kidnapping based on her mother's post to Facebook stating that Mahogany was crying out for help. Her family rushed to put together a search party. However, sadly, just around 2 a.m. the very next morning, police would receive a phone call about a body on the side of the road. Officers immediately dispatched to 17th Street Southwest and Laurel Avenue, an illegal dumping ground in southwest Birmingham, where they would find a gruesome scene. The body of an unresponsive adult female underneath a mattress, just 2.5 miles from Mahogany's initial location pin.
We have some late breaking news coming into the WBTM 13 newsroom. Birmingham police now confirming that the body found this morning in the Powderly community was a woman that was reported missing yesterday. Her body was found on Laurel Avenue, a block away from Cedar Avenue. Investigators say she had been shot, but no one heard the gunfire in the area. No one is in custody.
The victim was identified as 20-year-old Mahogany Jackson, who was sadly pronounced dead at the scene after succumbing to multiple gunshot wounds. The case quickly went from a missing persons case to a homicide. Police weren't able to determine whether she was murdered at the crime scene or another location. Officials said there were no reports of neighbors hearing gunshots in the area, nor any reports of unknown vehicles in the area. Around 6:30 a.m. that morning, Mahogany's mother, who was headed to an Atlanta airport while receiving the text from Mahogany, would make a Facebook post stating, "They killed my child." A look into the investigation will reveal that Mahogany was kidnapped on Sunday and held hostage at her friend's apartment until at least Sunday evening before she was found shot to death on the side of the road early Monday morning. When police and family arrived to her so-called friend's second-floor apartment, she claimed that Mahogany left around 2 a.m. However, because she had already contacted her family directly, police knew this wasn't the case. Mahogany's body would subsequently be located just hours later.
Birmingham police say they are investigating this as a homicide, but right now officers are working to figure out who is responsible for this young woman's death. Now again, we know they have, quote, individuals detained for questioning, but there have been no formal arrests. Now earlier this morning, our Jillian Brooks was able to speak to Mahogany Jackson's mom shortly after her body was found. Now her mother says that Jackson is the mother of a 3-year-old little girl named Nadia, who sadly now will grow up without her mom. Mahogany was reported missing last night around 11 o'clock, and sadly her body was found this morning with a gunshot wound. Now that is all according to Birmingham police, but what happened between last night and this morning is still unclear. But police did confirm that the victim texted her family saying that she was in danger and may have been held somewhere against her will.
Right now, we don't have any information of neighbors hearing any gunshots, so right now we're unsure if it occurred here. We do not have any reports of unknown vehicles coming through the area, but we will definitely check for cameras.
Initially, there were no charges in the case, and police had no leads. However, just a couple days later, police would announce that not 1, not 2, not even 3, but 6 suspects were in custody in connection to the kidnapping and homicide. The Birmingham Police Department arrested Mahogany's friend and ringleader of the entire situation, 26-year-old Tasia Lewis the very next day. She was reportedly found hiding inside of a broken-into apartment near her apartment in the same complex.
Dumbass hoe. Stupid ass. The blick on the stupid ass. Stupid ass hoe. Yeah, that shit sad. Dumbass hoe. You.
Just a small bit of background information before we move forward. According to several posts on Facebook, Tasia was known to set people up, so perhaps it's not surprising at all that she would turn on her own friend. A look into her criminal history revealed that she was arrested in May of 2022 for discharging a firearm into an occupied school bus or school building, so clearly she's been a menace to society for a while. Aimlessly and knowingly shooting into an area with children? 100% psychotic. I did see a couple of posts also alluding to the fact that her mother stated that Mahogany had received her tax refund, and when she went to the ATM machine, Tasia set her up, robbed her, held her hostage while the group assaulted her and then killed her. As far as the tax refund theory, I couldn't find anything on her mother's page backing this up. This has not been confirmed or denied. According to news sources, Mahogany's family did in fact state that her and Tasia had been in a dispute prior to her death. Now, this is where the story gets crazy. This wasn't just any typical small dispute. This was a full-out brawl between two women, two crews, however you want to classify it. I'll let you all be the judge. First and foremost, shout out to VZ Greasy on Facebook for his firsthand information on how the entire incident unfolded. Apparently, Tasia, along with several other females, brutally beat Mahogany in a parking lot because she was supposedly speaking about one of the females' baby daddies. In an act of revenge, Mahogany and a group of her friends then jumped Tasia inside of a gas station convenience store. This is what everyone believes to have been the motive for the kidnapping and murder. So of course I can't show the actual videos of both fights on YouTube due to community guidelines. However, I can give you a narrative as to what occurred. So first you have Tasia and her friends against Mahogany in a parking lot with a guy who allegedly attempts to stop the fight. Mahogany can be seen in the striped pajamas and black shirt. Tasia's friend and Mahogany square up for what seems to be a fair fight. Tasia's friend swings on Mahogany, then Tasia jumps into the fight, throwing Mahogany on the ground and hitting her in the face. Tasia then climbs on top of Mahogany and begins hitting her in the head before she and another girl drag her across the parking lot. Both females then continue to punch her in the head before the fight comes to an end. Now you have Mahogany and her friends who jump Tasia inside of a convenience store. Mahogany can be seen here with the blonde hair as her and her friends begin beating Tasia up against an ATM machine. They then throw her to the ground and proceed to punch and kick her in the head before dragging her outside to the parking lot as a male in the background yells, "Bring her outside." Two females then continue to kick and punch her in the head before the fight eventually ends. Three males, two who are 25 years old and one who is 18 and a 23-year-old female, were arrested the day after. The sad reality of it all is that if Mahogany never sent out that SOS signal to her family, all 6 of these monsters could have gotten away with murder. All 6 suspects are being held on a 48-hour felony extension while police continue to investigate and work to obtain formal warrants. No warrants have been issued. The case will be presented to the district attorney's office to determine any charges that may be filed. Mahogany's death marks Birmingham's 15th murder this year. Her own friend set her up, and for what? Money? Jealousy? An argument gone wrong? Only time will tell.
In custody in the death of 20-year-old Mahogany Jackson.
Now, those people have not been officially charged, but we expect that to happen soon, and they're looking at some pretty serious charges. Bria Chapman is live and on your side with what we know right now, Bria.
Yeah, Morgan. So the biggest news we've learned today is also the saddest. Now, Birmingham police say this was not a random act of violence. In fact, they say that they believe Mahogany Jackson knew her killers, even referring to the 6 in custody, some of those as her friends. Now, Birmingham police also telling me that the text Jackson sent her mother, letting her know she was in danger, has played a significant role in this case. Now, Jackson was reported missing late Sunday night and she was found dead on 17th Street Southwest in Laurel Avenue Monday morning, suffering from a gunshot wound. Now, 6 people are being held right now, and we expect them to be charged with capital murder. Now, this case is a capital murder case because sources say Jackson was kidnapped before being murdered. Now, Birmingham police say they expect to have a significant update in this case pretty soon, and we expect them to reveal a motive behind this brutal crime.
As Mahogany's mother reflects on the loss of her daughter, she stated that she felt it in her stomach. She already knew she was gone, even before police located her body. And now you have another child that has to grow up without a parent, another contribution to this vicious cycle. A candlelight visual is set for February 29th at the Serenity Apartments. The case remains ongoing.